What up, world? Welcome to another episode of RMT That's Real Man Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man, coming to you with another great conversation piece on today. And before we get started, I want to thank you for joining me here on RMT. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Today, I want to talk about 5 things that are major time wasters in your life. What we think is that we have more time than we think here on Earth. We think that we'll have time to make up. We'll think we have time to do this and do that. In our reality, that we don't. But I'm going to tell you, number one, that wastes your time, porn. Most people think that porn is not something that's linked that will bring other things to you. But I'm going to say porn will open you up to receive more than you. Porn will open you up to receive things that you never think that you'll receive. My point is saying that because listen to this. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but it's certain spirits that come along when you watch porn. You'll be like, what spirit you talking about? Spirit of lust. And then when you feed lust don't never get fulfilled. So you have to constantly feed it. And so with watching porn, not only that you watching some things that you shouldn't watch, but sometimes your mind, especially being a young man, sometimes it's certain things that you shouldn't see. And so once you see that, you open and you want to experience those things because you have your body, you have your hormones are raging. And so those are the things that you want to experience now. And then you'll be like, man, you crazy. No, I'm not. But it's a natural drive that's given inside of you. That's why I call it the sex drive, because it's a natural drive that you have in order that you want to engage in this. So when you see it, you might see some people perform in a certain way that you ain't never saw before. Especially if you ain't never had sex, or even if you have had sex, you'll be like, oh, well, let me get some ideas on how I can do this better, or how I can do this, or how I can perform better, different things that I can do. That way, when I get with this girl, I can perform that, and she'll think that, oh man, he the best at this. Or I want to be the best at this. I want her to think that I'm the best that she ever had. Then, let's take it up another notch. You got drinking. You got liquor. You got liquor. You got drugs involved. I'm going to put liquor and drugs together. Because watching that porn, now you got, not only you got this porn addiction, now you bringing in the liquor and the drugs too. And most of the time, you don't make your best decision when you impaired. You don't make your best decisions when you high. You don't make your best decisions. So normally that you've been having sex now, you might have been using a condom, right? You might have been using things to protect yourself from disease or having children. But now that the liquor is involved, the weed is involved, I want to explore a little bit more. Let me have unprotected now. You starting to have unprotected sex. Start with one girl. Now I got to try something else because what I saw on the movie, now I want to try that with a girl shaped like that. Now you go on to another girl. Now you see another girl you want to do. Then you got children involved. Then you got not only a drug habit, now you might start smoking cigarettes. Now you smoking weed. Now you got to smoke weed and drink before you have sex. Now all the people that you having sex, they got to smoke weed. They got to drink. But guess what? Now, not only that you got a sexual addiction, now you got a weed addiction. Now you got a drink addiction. Now weed might not even be your choice of drugs. You might like to pop pills. You might not like to do a line. You might form those type of habits now that you got to break, right? And then, not only that, now the partying come into play. Now you say, well, how's all this wasting your time? Because when you start getting into other things, they start becoming your priority. That's how the enemy robs you of your time. You could have been, just say that you in middle school right now. You in high school, you in college. So you in middle school, let's just use middle school for right now. You could be focusing on your grades. You could be focusing on being a better athlete. You could be focusing on being a better scholar. You could just focus on being a better person, period, right? You could be reading. You could be working out. You could be sharpening your skills, some things that you're already talented in. And you could be sharpening those skills, except now I want to go watch this on my phone real quick. All the lotions and grease at your mama house, all of it gone. Like, boy, why you in that bathroom so long? What going on in there? Your mama, he in there violating himself. That's what going on in there. That's why all your lotions, that's why you in the bathroom. That's why. That's why you up on that phone late at night. That's why. I mean, you could have been working on another skill because YouTube has everything. This phone technology has everything that you can possibly want to learn. You can learn it. You can figure it out. You can look at different fields that you want to go into, even when you're going into high school. But now you got to have time to smoke your weed. Got to have time to drink. Got to have time to have sex. You got to have time to watch this porn. And it's taken away from life and robbing you of precious moments that you can never get back. Don't you know some individuals that had kids, some individuals got a hold to bad drugs and they passed away? Certain individuals out of their mind right now, talking to themselves because they had bad drugs. When they could have been focusing their mind on something else, they were trying to be cool and get high. Now they're walking around talking to themselves. They walk around talking to themselves. And you trying to see, man, what happened to them? I know a guy that we was classmates at the time, and he ended up smoking some weed with somebody. It had something in there, and he haven't been right since then. He haven't been right since then. And we in our 40s now, and I think that happened maybe when we was teenagers. Maybe we was maybe 15, 16 years old. And he haven't been right since. Talking about this guy was an athlete. This guy could play ball. This guy he was good in academic scholarships, and I mean not scholarships, but he was a honor roll. I don't know if it was principal. I know he was honor roll for sure. He was a smart guy. But what happened? Trying to fit in with everybody else. Now he have been robbed of time that he could have had mentally in his right mind, but he got robbed of that time. Why? Drugs. You take sex, you can get robbed of your time. I got a kid now, or I got a disease that I can't get rid of. Now, time that I could have been living healthy, now I got to live with this disease for the rest of my life, burning up my time. But just say you get past all that, right? You get past all that. Now you done started partying. You want to go hang out. And guess what? All the popular music, I don't care what age group or when you growed up, all the popular music that everybody listened to went along with the weed and the drinking. Being cool. All the cool music go with that. The cool music got something to do with drinking, got something to do with smoking, got something to do with having sex, and got something to do with wasting your time doing what you want to do. Not focus on your priorities or your responsibilities. Waste your time. That's what it all boils down to. Because you'll look back and say, man, I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have took out more time doing this. Because you going out partying, something you get to the age, just say you're able to go out to the club or you just out hanging out. Most of the time hanging out happens within the nighttime. So you're looking at 11, 12 o'clock going out. You're not coming back 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. God forbid you got to be at work in the morning. Now I've been out all night. Now I got to go into work. I go into work, and a lot of people laugh about that. Man, I kicked it all night. Then I went in to work, man. Worked the full shift, got off, man. Started off and did it again. You putting that type of stress on your body from not sleeping good, staying out all night, putting a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially when you're young. Some old heads do it, they get burnt out. But especially when you're young, when you could have been putting that towards something productive, and it's wasting your time again. You could have been putting that time towards something productive, but now you got the brag on that you can stay out all night drinking, smoking, partying, having sex, doing whatever you want to do. Then I'm bragging about because the next day I can go in and I can work a full shift at my job. But what benefits are you getting from that? Ask yourself, what benefits am I getting from going out all night? Well, I'm just pleasuring myself, man. Getting a chance to get me one off, getting a chance to get high again, get drunk again. That's what I'm getting. I'm pleasuring myself, Stan. That's what I'm getting, man. Okay. So we got porn. We got liquor. We got partying. We got 3. Go to number 4, women. You be like, man, no, man, women are good. Yeah, they good to a point, because some guys, they get to a point where that's the end all, be all of their life is a woman. And a lot of guys' downfall is a woman. Go through history books, and guess what some men fail to? A woman. Go through guys' lives and see where they messed up at. It was a woman. And you saying, well, Stan, is a woman bad to get married? And no, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the part where you need multiple women, or this one woman got a Jezebel spirit that took you over and take you down through there where you can't think about nothing else. You messing up everything else in your life because of this woman. Because let's be honest, man. Most of the time, you might get a good girl, and y'all might even be having sex, be having fun. She might just be boring sexually, right? You might get another girl, she ain't like that. Then you run into that freak. Y'all don't look at me like I'm crazy. No, you run into that freak. Y'all know what that freak is. Might have a couple of tongue piercings, might have some piercings into some places can't nobody else see. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody else see. And compared to the other girls you've been with, she a little bit more professional. All that stuff that you was watching on that porn, oh yeah, she can do all that and more. So now your mind blown because you getting exactly what you want. You getting exactly what you seen on that porn. You getting it now. You out there now. You wide open. She turning you every which way except loose. And you wondering why, man, my finances messing up, man. I'm losing this, I'm losing that, man. I'm running up behind her all the time. Man, I can't live without her. And you and her are toxic together, and it don't make no sense. It's not a good situation for either or. Both of y'all are bad for each other, and y'all continue want to be with each other, and y'all could create situations where somebody going to jail. I'm getting her out of jail. You going to jail, you getting her out of jail. Both of y'all going to court, paying for each other court, busting each other windows out, burning up a lot of time. And before you know it, you look up, you're an old man, you're an old woman. Ain't none of y'all got a chance to build nothing but a record. That's it. Couple of scars on each other. Some insurance that you had to file a claim on if you had insurance. Maybe a couple of diseases here and there that you had to go get cleared up. Probably a couple of kids out there that they looking at this toxic situation that their parents in, that's the only thing that they know. So now when they get into a relationship, guess what they gonna want to do? Be toxic just like their parents. Now you get to a point you see your children doing the same thing that you doing, and then bow, a light pop on. Man, look how much time I done wasted messing up, and look how my child turned out. Look how they acting. Look what they accepting. It's hurtful when you get a daughter and this guy beating on her and treating her any type of way, but she learned that behavior and how she's supposed to be treated from you. She learned to act like this because of her mom. And you like, dang, man, I did that. I could have been spending that time teaching her this. I could have been spending that time teaching him that. But the whole time, the way that you living is teaching them. You might not be showing them anything like teaching them how to ride their bike or write their name, but what you are teaching them is how this person should treat me, how I should act as a husband or wife, or if I'm in a relationship with anybody, how I should be. That's what you teaching them. And regardless, that time is still moving. I don't care how crazy you acting, that time is still moving. So now, not only you still got the porn addiction, still drinking liquor and drugs, you partying, you got this woman that's crazy. Now, social media. Ooh, social media then came into play. So now y'all are the couple on social media that's just crazy. And guess what? Now your children got to see that. Man, it's never been a time. I remember when I was little and somebody mom might look good. You can leave it at that. Mom, your mama look good, man. I'm gonna have your mama tonight, this and that. Just laughing and talking. But you ain't saying nothing other than that. But now, see your mama got an OnlyFans page. Your mama on Instagram, twerking, hanging out with her friends, dressing any type of way. Her body hanging out. Now, I'm going to tell you, kids are already cruel. So if I can have a video of your mama doing explicit things and I can show it to somebody, man, that's going to make a lot of kids fight. I can show a video of your mama laid out sloppy drunk. I can show a video of your mama and your daddy fighting. Your mama breast falling out. I can show that to you at school. Yeah, kids gonna want to fight. Kids gonna want to defend their folks. Because they gonna be hurt. You are hurting your children and you don't even know it. You are embarrassing yourself and other people that are kin to you and you don't even know it. And before you know it, you're gonna be old. You ain't gonna be able to do the things that you could have done. By the time all this kicking it that you could have done, could have got a college degree. Could have got a trade. You could have been buying a house. You could have been doing anything that you deem productive. You could have it done by now. But because you run into this trap, now look at this. You got to fight off all those addictions, right? You got to fight off this lustful addiction that you have now. Feeding that lust. And social media are full of it because you have fights, you have girls on there wearing little to nothing. Whatever that you desire, it can be done on social media and you can follow it. Some of them pages you're going to have to unfollow, man. Some of that stuff you're going to have to undo. And I'm saying do it while you're young and don't even get into it because then you don't have to get that monkey off your back. You don't have to fight to get that off your back. See, a lot of people, they're lying to you now. They're older and they're fighting through a lot of things that they started when they was younger. But if they would have never indulged or got into it, then they won't have to fight it off. Some people had a great chance and they got into it because they wanted to. Some people didn't have a choice. They was born into a bad situation, and it is what it is, and they just have to battle and fight. And some of them don't even do it. Some people can come from a bad situation, and because they saw that their parents was drunk, because they saw their parents was a drug addict, because they saw their parents having a lot of kids and weren't able to take care of them, they don't go down that path. They choose not to go down that path, because they don't want to fight, or they don't want to live the way that they was living while they was being raised. So now you have these different things that you fighting against. The lust. Let's just take lust for a second. Man, turn off. You might have to turn off your phone for a little bit. Yeah, you might have to get off Twitter. You might have to get off Instagram. You might have to get off the platform that you love the most with the videos you love the most. Maybe you shouldn't have all the women around, and it's gonna take a lot of prayer in order to fight against that. It's gonna take a lot of prayer. Because I'm going to say this, man. A lot of people might not believe this, but all those spirits work together, right? All on work together. You be like, man, what spirits you talking about? The spirit of lust. The spirit of the drinking and smoking. Partying spirit. Lusting out the women. Going out the women. Social media. All of those, and fighting against it. See, I'm gonna say this, because a lot of people like to play and be like, "Oh man, I can easily stop." That's what you'll see people always say, "Man, I can easily stop this. I can stop this any day." But they try to go a week without it and they can't do it. They can say, "Oh, okay. If you're not addicted to your phone, go a day without your phone. Or go a week without your phone. Get you a flip phone. Don't get on social media or nothing like that." And before you know it, you have formed habits that sometimes your brain, it'll be like your phone ringing and you just check your phone. You so used to checking your phone that before you know it, you be reaching in your pocket looking for your phone to check your phone. Because you have formed the habit. Just like with the rest of the stuff, you form habits that you automatically do that you have to start to break. I mean, even when I quit drinking, I still I hold my cup. I might hold my cup a certain way, just out of habit. Not that I still do that, but out of habit that I have formed over the years. Then when I look back at all the time, the money that I have wasted doing this, man, I'm like, man, I could have did something way more positive than what I was doing. I could have spent more time with my kids. I could have did, not saying that I was a bad parent, but I'm just saying with that time that I was wasted, I could have did more with them. I could have showed them more. I could have taught them more off the time that I was wasting. I could have learned a new skill. I could have built something else with that time. But no. The enemy will trick you. That's how the enemy trick us a lot of times, right? This is what the enemy do. He would disguise fun and pleasure with, hey, man, you living your life. You don't want to be boring, man, and not live your life. And you get out here, and before you know, your life be over, and you realize you ain't even live your life. But you have lived your life. Because at the end of the day, most people, when they get on their deathbed, they'll be like, man, I regret. They don't say, I regret not smoking and drinking. I regret not going to these parties. I regret not sleeping with those women. I regret not posting on social media. They don't say that. You know what they say? I regret spending time with my family. I regret doing this for myself. I'm just saying, climbing a mountain or going on a hike, going canoeing, doing something that I ain't never done before. But you never hear nobody say anything about those 5 things that waste your time. You never. Most of the people that's passing away or they got a terminal illness. Let me ask you this: when I know, I think Jack Nicholson and let me see, Jack Nicholson and I'm trying to think of the other guy name. Morgan Freeman. Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman, they have a movie called Bucket List, right? And on this bucket list, when they going around and they doing this bucket list, they are not they are not going to do things to party and do all this. So they weren't worrying about, okay, dang, let me smoke let me try all this weed. Let me try all the liquor. Let me go sleep with all the women. Let me post on every social media platform. Let me watch all the porn I need to watch. No. And at the end of your life, it's not going to be that either. But what you will regret is the time that you're wasting on a lot of that. And a lot of people won't tell you that. A lot of people won't. A lot of older people will lie to you and say, hey, man, I lived my life. I enjoyed it, man. I wouldn't change nothing about it. They lying, man. Some of them would. They lying to you. They lying to you. Some of them would change some of the things that they did. They'll be like, well, I ain't changing because it made me who I am. I feel you on that. But they'll change some things. They regret some things. Don't get it wrong. And all of us have wasted some time. But I'm telling you this. Man, it's better off. Now, if you have tried those things and you're already there, I would encourage you to stop and move on. But if you haven't gotten into any of those things, man, don't even get into it. Don't even get into it, because I'm going to say this. It's easy to prevent than to fight out of it, man. It's easy to. You either can prevent it or you're going to be fighting, and you might fight with a family. You know how hard it's going to be for a guy that's lustful, loves sleeping with different women, to get married. Not only get married, but you got a drinking, you got a drug problem, lust after women, you love porn, and you love social media. That's a pot of disaster getting stirred up. And you got to fight through all this. So not only you got to go through it, now your wife got to go through it. Your children got to go through it. Your parents got to go through it. Your family, everybody got to go through it. And this is the thing about it that a lot of people not gonna say, is that after you done with all that, everybody that you hurt or everybody that you put on to drink, smoke, or do whatever, they might not want to stop it. Your old lady might not want to stop doing what she doing. Now that you done quit. Now that you want to do something different. But you turned on to it. You turned on to all that stuff. Now you turned on to all that freaky stuff, and now she might want another woman. Or she might even want another man. But you the one presented that to the household. But now it's going further than what you wanted it to go. You know, you start out smoking a little weed. Now, you know, she want to do a line or two. She would like to pop pills and all that. But you open her up to it. So now you got to deal with that. In addition to dealing with your own problems that you don't do no more. But now that person don't want to change. That person don't want to change. It's tough, man. And I'm going to tell you, people will sit back and lie, say, man, all you do is pray. Just pray, man, God gonna work it out. Yeah, God can work it out, but you gonna have to live through that thing. You gonna have to live the life that you want to show. Or sometime, I don't know, sometime it might not even work out. Yeah, it might not even work out. So I said all that to say this, man. If you can, don't even start. Don't even start. Just prevent from doing it? Or have you already started? Man, if you ain't doing all these on this checklist, don't even start to do them. Because wasting your time, you can never get that back. You can blow money. You can lose weed. You can lose cars. You can lose all these material things. But your time is something that you can never get back. So be wise with it. Look, I'm Stan the Man. This is Real Man Talk. We don't hide from tough conversation. We walk through it. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. And look, if this is a conversation that you like, can you share it or drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think about it. Until next week, peace.